she probably set it up.
You think she set
to bust him on something, or knew he had all that money?
Oh, I hope she got the money. That'd be awesome. I actually hope she doesn't get caught. I think that'd be great. I hope she gets to keep it.
Yeah. All right. A couple weeks ago, we talked about one of the hospitals was going to change the box male, female, and unknown for the gender. Yes. That's like the new thing. So what I wanted to talk about was a Florida couple recently gave birth to a child, and they decided to name it They By.
No, it's a baby instead of a baby.
Oh,
it's a baby.
And I'm reading They By. Baby.
No, not they baby.
Okay.
It's a instead of a baby, they're like, it's a baby.
Okay, so they refer to it as baby. That's the baby's name for now. So they don't want to pick the baby's gender because the child...
so that is what they're calling the baby? Yes. They're calling it baby?
They're referring to their new bundle of joy as baby.
Oh my God.
Or They By. Theyby.
Yeah, it's a baby. I know what they're doing. It's a baby. It's a baby.
Okay. All right.
They're trying to, like, baby. They're trying to be funny.
Oh.
But it's not that funny.
It's not.
It's
kind of dumb. Okay, so what they're doing is, that's what they're going to let the child grow up and pick its own gender. They don't want to pick
All
the
right,
gender.
whatever.
She says that the way that she was raised was, boys play with certain things, girls play with others, and she didn't want to play with those toys. She wanted to play with...
That's playing into it, though. I hate that. I'm about to go off script here. Because
I know, it's fine. No, it's fine, because I knew we would get into a little debate.
I was raised a girl, but I played with all my brother's toys and stuff, and it was fine. It didn't mean that I didn't have a gender.
Mm-hmm. Right, but
I grow up, I like short hair, and I like guys' clothes.
Right.
I'm not transgendered, and some people are, but, like, I don't know. And I told my mom I wouldn't wear a dress. Like, when around the age of 5, I told her I wasn't wearing dresses anymore.
And what'd she do?
I wouldn't go to Girl Scouts in the dress. You're supposed to wear the skirt. The brownies.
Yeah.
Remember the brownies? Were you in the brownies?
I was in Girl Scouts and I got kicked out.
Yeah, well, okay, there was a skirt one and pants, and I'm like, I'll go. And you're like, well, the dress code is you're supposed to wear these skirts. And I'm like, I'm not wearing the skirts, but I'll wear the pants. And they were like, whatever about it. They didn't care.
So your parents were cool about it.
Yeah, they didn't care. Like, right. I wore pants, like, whatever right. Clothes I wanted to buy is what I ended up buying. And then, like, around, like, middle school, I started wearing pretty much exclusively, like, guys' clothes. And my parents didn't fight me on it. But it didn't mean that I was, like, questioning my gender. Mm-hmm. Some kids may be in that situation, but I wasn't. So it's like, why can't you just let your kid be raised, whatever it was born, and then if it's different down the road, then yes, you be understanding and you let them do whatever. But, like, I think it's very confusing to try to be gender neutral like that. And then you're playing into all these things. Like, in order to play with boys stuff, then you must be gender confused. Mm-hmm. Or
I don't know what she was born.
Well, let me ask this question. Like, say at the age of 4, you have a child, okay? And say, like, the 4-year-old starts liking the color dark blue. Right. And maybe likes baseball, but it's a female. Are you going to start assuming that the child is transgendered because they start leaning towards activities that are typically...
Right.
See, that bothers me. If you're my kid might be transgendered because they like WWE and trucks and, like dark colors, so my child might be transgendered. But the child hasn't expressed anything like that. They're just like, this is what I like. So that actually bothers me.
Well, there's a group that you could join on Facebook, and it's called, oh, you're right, they spell it the way you said, Theybies. It's called Parenting Theybies is the name of this group, and it's a theory, and people, are doing this. It's a movement. Okay? They're choosing to raise their child in this fashion. Not knowing, not giving them a boy or a girl, which, I mean, why can't you just say, I have It's so confusing to me. I have a daughter. She's born as a girl. You name her a female name, whatever.
Or I don't care about the name. You can give a name that's either or. Like, that doesn't bother me.
But why can't you just put them in neutral clothes? Or I don't know. It's just so. Why does it have to be so extra?
Pink one day, blue one day. I don't know. It's so extra. I think it's just like I hate to say it, but I feel like they're drawing on more unneeded attention to the kid if they just rather than let them be a kid. Like, they want the kid to be like free and not like focused on for their gender, but they're bringing attention to this child by trying to be like this, different type of parenting. Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to be looking at this child trying to figure out like what they think the gender is of this kid. There's going to be all this scrutiny on this child that the child doesn't deserve because of that, rather if they were just left alone.
Yeah, so I don't know. I found that to be all very weird. But now let me talk about a friend of mine's post on Facebook, which also was about this. And you know what? Any way I can learn, change my mind about something or understand something obviously better, I'm always up for. So,
okay.
There's a documentary out from 2012 and it's called Intersection. Did you say Intersection?
No, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, Intersection.
Yeah,
it's on Amazon Prime.
Being born intersex
is different.
Yes.
Right.
That's a whole different story.
It is, but so anyway, it's on Amazon Prime, and I'm going to watch it because she suggested it. And this is a very good friend of mine that very rarely ever posts something like this on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Right.
So she said that it just started to scratch the surface. And did you know that 1 in 2,000 babies are born intersex?
That's a high number.
It's very high, and right. Exactly. And she said on this post, I didn't know that either. I was shocked, Okay. So
yeah, there's a lot of controversy about that, like, gender mutilation at that age. Like, sometimes like, it used to be when they were born that way, like a surgeon would just like step in and be like, decide like, well, it's more female than male. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this piece off then parents would try to raise the child as the gender that they selected, and that's wrong. Like, I think just leave everything the way it was born. Right.
So
you see where it goes in the future.
Yeah.
That's absolutely different than. That's completely different than what these people are doing.
So let me finish reading this story to you. So, for those of us that live in New York State, it recently made news where legislation was just passed allowing parents of newborns to not have to check male or female on the birth certificate. This had me shaking my head because I thought, probably like most other people, well, you're either a boy or a girl. Just check it. Why is, right? Well, I had no idea that this number 1 of 2,000 was
that's a
so
lot.
high.
Yeah.
So that is very confusing and traumatic for parents when they find out.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
so
that does make sense.
That, she said, what she's saying is, because that number is so high, I wasn't aware that maybe that box is needed because of that. Not so much about what we're saying, people that are choosing to raise their children this way. You know? Yeah. So she was like me and you, like, that's ridiculous. Just check the box. You know what I mean? Why?
Right,
but we didn't think about it because that number is so high. So this documentary
needs... That is very high.
Very high. So she said this documentary needs to be seen by all human beings. There needs to be a level of understanding that this documentary delivers. It's absolutely nothing to do with being liberal or conservative or the way these other people are choosing to raise their children. It is about a lot more than that. It's not as cut and dry that So she just said, if you want to check out the documentary, it's great. She said, and today so there's a little something for everybody if they want to check it out. It might enlighten you. Also, I wanted to ask you about something else me and you might be into is like you can do yoga now and drink beer and curse. So it's called rage yoga.
Yes.
And I thought, well, We got the defibrillators in the gym. Maybe we could do some rage yoga
now
next.
That those are there. Yeah, now that those are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Sherry actually had sent me the thing about the rage yoga as well.
Right. And also, and they do it once.
I feel like people think you and I should be doing this. But...
Yeah. So it's twice a month at a brewery, and you're also, they're discouraged from bringing children, but they do welcome you to bring your dogs. Well, I would be great if you brought, like, all your cats.
Oh, that would... Well, you can bring Max down there.
Yeah.
Little Max won't even know. Poor little Max.
You can bring all your cats. Another one.
There's maybe two. I think two of my cats would... Actually, I think two of my cats need rage yoga.
Oh, my gosh.
To be honest with you. They need to participate. Especially my cat, his name is Fox, after the Phoenix in Harry Potter. And he's a complete jerk. And so he needs the rage yoga.
Right. Well, I was also...
He's humping our blanket. He's humping our blankets.
Really?
Right now.
A cat? I've never seen a cat hump.
He's humping the blankets. It's terrible.
Oh.
Not good. He needs rage yoga. Yeah, I've never seen a cat do that. I had to look it up to find out if it was normal. I guess it's all right. So
it's okay. Yeah. All right. So we know this week's news. Trump has called a national emergency to get the wall built, and we have the drug catapult.
Oh, the drug catapult. Yeah.
Ties into Trump wanting his wall.
Yeah. So they're gonna build a. Yeah, whatever. This wall's going nowhere.
I don't think it's
going anywhere.
Amy,
but they
he'll be out.
Had the catapults. This thing was launched. It launched almost 50 pounds of weed over the completed part of the border of the wall that existed. And it was discovered in 2017, but now it's just come. So they've been launching weed over the border wall probably for years already. It looks like one of the catapults in the game that I play online.
And it's built right into the wall.
It's
on the Mexican side.
Right into the wall.
They built it right. It's attached to the wall. It's this big piece of metal. We'll post it on our Facebook. Couple of
it's the most rudimentary thing. Think about it. Then now they could probably get 3D printers and print the most biggest, bestest ever catapult. They could probably build a real high tech one. With GPS locators on the crap when they send it over.
So listen, this polar vortex has been awesome because, no one likes all this cold, whatever, but they think it killed off the majority of stink bugs.
That is good. Because
good news for all.
I know someone that had them in their furnace that they had to have someone come and the whole basement was full of these suckers. Yeah. Not this year. A couple years ago, there was
I know. I had friends that had to have their house sprayed. They had to get an exterminator. It was insane, the outside. And we were getting them. Last year, more than normal, we were used to.
It might have killed off a bunch of different species of bugs, which I'm really excited about, because when I open the pool this year, it might be fantastic out there. I might not have to deal with so much, with the net and the skimmer and all that stuff, and that giant spider that tried to kill us last year, and maybe all that's dead this year,
Yeah, right.
That would be great.
Yeah. So listen,
it also keeps those alligators down south. You know what I mean? I always get worried about global warming and when those suckers are going to start migrating further north. Mm-hmm. Where's the line? Where's the line for the alligators? 1 second. Where do you gotta be?
I would say Carolinas gets pretty cold.
North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah, South might get them, but I think they're going to start.
South has a lot of alligators.
South Carolina?
That's a big problem, yes.
Okay.
Big problem in the Myrtle Beach, and I think one of the deaths happened on Hilton Head Island. There was a death of one of the ones we talked about. So somewhere in the South Carolina's got the alligators. I want to know how far north the alligators go. Yeah. I want to make sure
where do they die?
Where they're those little suckers, they had their nose above the ice this year, breathing. Mm-hmm. They were stuck in the ice. They were just breathing through the hole. So I need to know where that line is. So that polar vortex
Okay. Also, let's real quick. This hacked sex robots could be murdering people.